Welcome live to the Racing Hotspot Week Roundup. I am your host, Devin Poslusny, alongside my guest co-host, Kristen Poslusny.
Who's on a low-carb diet. Thanks for eating the cake right in front of me.
No problem, anytime. Let's take a look at our show lineup right away here. Oh. Oops. Here we go. Motorsports in 60, then we go to IndyCar, then we go to Formula 1. After that, we go to Global Rallycross. Then we're going to take a break. On the other side of this break, the other side of the break, we'll have NASCAR, then the Points Championship, and the final lap. So a pretty stacked show. So let's go to the Motorsports in 60 here. 60 seconds starts now. One topic. NASCAR Camping World Truck Series race at Texas. Here's your top 5. Finishing 5th, John West Townley. 4th, Ryan Blaney. Joe Nemechek finished 3rd. Justin Lofton, the pole sitter, finished 2nd. And Matt Crafton won the race. This race, of course, did not have Cup regulars because Cup Series was in Pocono.
Where was this race?
Texas.
Texas?
We have 30 seconds, or 20 seconds actually, left on the clock. Where are you going?
No.
10 seconds now. A little bit more sane way of setting up the studio today. You know, this is supposed to really be over there. Alright, now moving on to IndyCar. They raced at Texas Motor Speedway, so it was a truck Indy weekend at Texas. Here's your top 5. Finishing 5th, Scott Dixon. 4th with Simon Pagenaud. Juan Pablo Montoya finished 3rd. Will Power finished 2nd. And Ed Carpenter, the Indianapolis pole sitter, won the race.
Are you kidding me right now?
It was a really good race. Intense racing.
You didn't bring any sugar-free Jell-O, did you?
No, that's upstairs. It was one of many, or one of few IndyCar oval races. And to be honest, I could see where IndyCar is concerned about going to oval races because they were really close. And a lot of wrecks could have happened that caused.
Wouldn't you prefer them on street races?
Yes and no. Some people, like NASCAR fans, would prefer to see them on ovals because they're faster. But some people, like open wheel fans, would love to see them on road courses because they're closer. Because they're closer.
Cake.
For a moment.
So, answer me this. IndyCar was at NHMS about 5 or 6 years ago.
Yes.
And they raced on the oval, or did they do the road course?
They raced on the oval because the road course is
really?
Not, yes, because it's not up to regulations.
I was gonna say legislations.
If you look,
but I didn't want to. And I just did.
If you look at any given road course,
edit
that IndyCar or NASCAR races on. IndyCar's a little bit different than NASCAR, but with NASCAR, road courses, they race on wider turns. Because if you look, let's look, Sonoma Raceway. So here's the Sonoma Raceway circuit. The tightest turn on this circuit is the hairpin, and even that is wide.
Yeah.
Because the stock cars can't get around tight corners.
Right.
If we compare this
they kind of scoot
to NHMS road course. How many tight turns are on that course? You have this one right there. This is a bad example. Hold on. You have that one right there going from the straightaway
don't they go through? Oh my god, I don't know the name Is it the Autobahn? No, that's Jimmy.
Threat has been detected. Threat has been detected.
Oh my
Threat
god.
has been detected.
What are you trying to say?
Everything right?
Uh-huh.
I guess the road races where they actually race on the roads, like in Monaco.
Monaco and...
Monaco's kind of small though too.
Yeah, that's an old track though. That's an old track.
Mm.
And that's a different car too. F1. Stock cars are these guys.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. Stock cars are these
I thought we were
guys.
talking about Indy cars.
Well, we're talking about stock cars right now. Stock cars are like this on these guys. So, you can't just... Because... Watch. Oh. There really
get stuck on.
is no way to pivot easily.
But
With an Indy car, there is, it's a really small example, but the wheelbase...
well, first of all, on the scale, I mean, look how much smaller the car is. I mean, look at it.
you can't even
Is it
grab
stuck?
it.
I mean, yeah, that can make the turns.
You suck.
What were you saying?
The wheelbase is wider than the body. So they're going to make tighter corners.
Gotcha.
But if you look at the NHMS road course, yes, you know what? Some of these, they could probably make. One turn I'm looking at is this one right here. I think that's turn 9. Turn 9 is literally a right-hander downhill. Like, you go over the hill, and it's like, whoop, whoop, you have to, like, turn right away. That will be hard because there's not a lot of runoff. It's literally like a wall right there. Because then this is all parking. That road course, if they were to race at that, if they were to bring NASCAR or IndyCar or anything to the road course, they would have to make a lot of improvements.
Mm-hmm.
Because right now, on this part right here,
Mm-hmm.
there is no wall.
Where?
Right here.
Oh, yes, I know that.
Like, you literally...
It's all gravel.
Yeah, you
Yes.
come around, and if you go off, you can hit the outside wall of the oval.
Correct.
So if they would have IndyCar or somebody come here, they'd probably have to remove parts of the outside wall and open that up a lot more.
And not allow parking there.
And yeah, exactly. If you look at Sonoma, this with the Cup Series guys, it's a lot of open turns. If you look at this road course, which is the IndyCar road course, yeah, you know what, there are a couple tight turns, but it's still wide.
Right.
And another thing with NHMS is it's not a wide road course. We couldn't pass 2 minivans on it safely.
You could drive a bus on it, though.
That was an oval.
I don't know. Nobody could beat that bus.
Moving on to Formula One. Before we
That
get,
was so funny.
we got passed by a bus.
People pulling pop-ups.
Before we get to the, actually before we review Formula One, we'd like to first say that our F1 analyst, Peter Long, was in Montreal this weekend. And we're not going to be doing a Skype interview like we usually do, but instead, he has sent 2 videos. I'm not sure if there are any more coming, but the 2 videos he has sent are awesome. Like, it gives you an idea of what an F1 practice and an F1 start is. You're looking at the wrong thing.
No, I'm just trying to make a good run at the picks for next week.
Yeah, exactly. You're looking at the wrong thing.
Oh, it's Michigan, right?
Yeah, but that's news for Michigan.
That's where I start. I need.
Oh my god.
Go on.
So he was there. I'm not, like I said, right now, when we're recording this, we have free practice 2 coverage and pre-race stuff. He might be sending more that will be added to our collection before I edit this. I'm not sure. So, like I said, as we're recording right now, the only thing we have are the first 2 videos you're going to see. And like I said, by the time we edit, there might be more. So if there are more, that's great. So, let's take a look at our Formula.
Hey Devin, Racing Network fans, Peter Long here reporting from Montreal, 2014 Grand Prix. We're here at the start-finish line, right in front of Hamilton and Rosberg's pit. We have Alonso Raikkonen. We also have have Vettel and Ricardo's pit there. Free practice 3 just has 0 seconds actually suspended. 6 out of the 10 top racers were Mercedes Power, Williams doing really well, of course Hamilton and Rosberg topping the time sheets. Of course we have the 2 Ferraris and the 2 Red Bulls in it too. Mercedes McLaren also in the top 10 in free practice 3. We have qualifying in 2 hours and I'll report back on that. For now, see you later.
So this is...
Hey Devin, Racing Hotspot fans, here's the starting grid for the 2014 Grand Prix of Canada. We have Rosberg on pole, we have Hamilton in second, we have Vettel surprise third, fourth and fifth by Williams, Mercedes Power, we've got Ricciardo in sixth, we have Alonso right there getting into his car there, he's in seventh, we have Byrne in eighth, we have Button over there in ninth, and we have Raikkonen Ferrari in 10th. Beautiful day today. Here comes the jet, guys. We just had the national anthem. Here's an F-18 fighter.
To the winning constructor, Infinity Red Bull Racing, Daniel's race engineer Simon Rennie. The trophy is presented by Mrs. Dominique Diat, Minister of Tourism for the Government of Quebec. Well done to Infinity Red Bull Racing, to the second place driver Nico Rosberg. The trophy is presented by Monsieur Denis Coderre, the Mayor of Montreal. And to the third place driver Sebastian Vettel, the trophy presented by Mr. Roger Pierce, President of the ASN Canada FIA.
Probably asked to have it there.
Here's your top 5. Finishing 5th, Nico Hülkenberg. Jenson Button finished 4th. Sebastian Vettel finished 3rd. Nico Rosberg finished 2nd. And Daniel Ricciardo won the race. Yeah. Moving on to X Games Rallycross Austin. They were racing at the Circuit of the Americas. The first time ever. Hopefully it went all over well. Sadly I couldn't watch it because I had to get my aunt's house ready for her arrival. Which we're going to talk about that in a little bit. Here's your top 5. Austin Dine.
Sure.
Austin Dine finished 5th. Liam Durham, finished 4th. Nelson Piquet Jr. finished 3rd. Bucky Lasek finished 2nd. And Scott Speed now goes 2 for 2 for Rallycross. So that's going to bring us to our first commercial break. On the other side of this break, we're going to have your NASCAR review, Points Championship, what she's doing research for right now. I wouldn't go with any of those drivers. And I'm going to probably go get my cake. So, we'll be right back. Welcome back, live here to Racing Hotspot Week Roundup. I'll say this for the 3rd consecutive week. For those of you looking for the virtual race, which is usually after the commercial break, that's been moved to a separate video. Sadly, though, I did not do Dover. So, and speaking of... Dave just texted me.
Whatever race he's watching just ended.
Fernando Alonso won the F1 race in Canada. It just ended.
Yeah.
It ended Probably about 7 hours ago. Okay. This just in from Dave. Apparently he's hallucinating.
No, he must have just finished watching it.
No, but Fernando Alonso didn't win.
Maybe he's watching some. Is there a truck race?
Fernando Alonso's an F1 only mod. Just hold on 1 second, guys. Dave's confusing me. Thanks, Dave.
Doesn't take much.
Yeah, look at that. And he texts me saying, and I quote, Fernando Alonso won the Canadian Grand Prix, FYI. Just ended. What? That's what I responded with. I don't know. Who knows? So disregard the news Dave just gave. The virtual race, we did not do one for Dover last week because I forgot. And I realized this week, since we're going, oh no, not for Dover, Pocono. What I'm going to do this week is I'm going to have a 1-2 doubleheader. We're going to have Pocono and then we're going to have a Michigan. So I plan to do that tomorrow, and I would do it now, but I have to be in bed. So now moving on to the NASCAR review. Pocono 400 at Pocono Raceway. Here's your top 5. Finishing 5th, Kyle Larson. Denny Hamlin finished 4th. Kurt Busch finished 3rd. Brad Keselowski finished 2nd. And Dale Earnhardt Jr. won the race. Oops. Now, quickly here. Hold on.
Is testing an NHMS free?
Here's your final laps of the Pocono race.
Larson, the only driver in the top 5 that has not won a race this season. Brad Keselowski is off the pace, and there goes Dale Jr. The 88 is out front at Pocono with less than 5 to go.
Now, did the two get off the pace, or did something happen when they run up on lap traffic?
I'm going to say he got off the pace. Larry, I guess you could say it's Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s turn to win at Pocono. August 2012, Jeff Gordon won, driving for Rick Hendrick. 1 year ago in this race, Jimmy Johnson. In August, it was Casey Kane. Jr. going to try and become the 4th different Hendrick driver to win in consecutive races at Pocono. He's a lap and a half away. White flag is out, and they are saluting Dale Jr. at Pocono, 2.5 miles away from his 2nd win of the season.
The strategy that these two guys employed to get to this point of the race, to get to that last pit stop, to put themselves in position, then to have trash on their grills, both of them, and to fight to try to overcome that. And this has been an exciting race.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. has been a runner-up twice here at Pocono. Top 5 in both races a year ago.
And the two drove it up off the tunnel.
Driving it in. Does well. Off of turn 3 for the final time.
You got it, bud.
He won the season opener at Daytona. 2nd checkered flag of the year for Dale Jr. at Pocono.
Good job. Off the car. We can have the best car, but y'all did a good job, man.
So, there you go. Junior wins because, look at this. We have Brad Keselowski right here. Ooh, Dave's gonna kill me. Got paint on the tires. Okay, so we're gonna do a little role play here. Keselowski had dirt on his front grille. So say this is Danica Patrick, really bad Danica Patrick. But Keselowski came up off the corner, moved up behind Danica to get, because when you come up behind a driver, the air. Oops, Danny Ricciardo. Thanks, Dave. Welcome, welcome to the future.
Looks like I just got myself a new job.
No, you didn't. But we won't go. So you know how when a car comes up behind another one, the turbulent air pushes the debris off and flies away. You know that.
Aye.
So Keselowski came up, realized Danica was way off pace, so he went, oh, gotta get over. And Junior came up and went, hey, look at this. Excuse me, pardon me. Just blew right by.
Why was Danica in a NASCAR race driving a truck? Legitimate question.
It's an example since we have these, only have
I'm only
these.
kidding.
Um,
So that's what happened.
yeah.
Huh.
He was trying to clear the grill off because his engine was about to blow up.
Huh.
Basically, he saw his heat temperature going. And he's
So
like,
he had no choice. He had to do what he did.
Geez, and he tried to.
Wow.
It did survive,
Wow.
but he came up behind Danica, and Danica was like way off pace. So he's like, "Whoa, I'm gonna run into her." And Dale was basically like, "See you later," and took right
Was
off.
Danica a lap down?
Yes. She finished a couple of spots in front of Blaney. So.
He finished the race.
So. This just in, Dave just realized that Daniel Ricciardo won the Formula One race, not Fernando Alonso. So really, Keselowski was just trying to clear his grill off, and it cost him the race.
Wow.
I don't know. Here's your top. I already did the top 5, didn't I?
Yep.
Okay, moving on to the points championship.
We don't need to do this week.
No, we do. So, see, I'm responding to Dave. Here is your picks. I always hate doing this part of the show.
Who picked second? Dave?
For this week?
Yeah, this past week.
For this past week, Dave picked second, yes. But now, going to Michigan, it changed a little bit.
That's not why I'm questioning that.
Why? Why are you questioning it?
Well, if Harvick's so important, why didn't a certain somebody pick him for number 2? Sorry. Go ahead.
Joe had Jeff Gordon for 5th, Denny Hamlin for 4th, Tony Stewart for 3rd, Dale Earnhardt Jr. for 2nd, and Brad Keselowski for the win. You know what? We're going to do this a different way. Kristen had Carl Everett for 5th, Dave had Jimmy Johnson for 5th, Trooper had Matt Kenseth for 5th, I had Joey Logano for 5th, Art had Tony Stewart for 5th, and Joe had Jeff Gordon for 5th. For 4th place now...
Well, I like your 22.
Thanks. For 4th place, Kristen had Kyle Busch. Dave had Kevin Harvick. Trooper had Keselowski. I had Earnhardt for 4th. Art had Jimmy Johnson. And Joe had Denny Hamlin. For 3rd place, Kristen had Jimmy Johnson. Dave had Brad Keselowski. Trooper had Kevin Harvick. I had Casey Kane for 5th. Art had Jeff Gordon for 3rd. Oh no, Casey Kane for 3rd. Art had Jeff Gordon, and Joe had Tony Stewart. For 2nd place, Kristen had Matt Kenseth. Dave had Jeff Gordon. Trooper had Jimmy Johnson. I had Denny Hamlin for 3rd. Art had Casey Kane. And Joe had Dale Earnhardt Jr. Oh, jeez. And now for the win. Here comes the Doritos. Now for the win. Kevin Harvick was Kristen's pick. Kyle Busch was Dave's. Jeff Gordon was Trooper's. Jimmy Johnson was mine. Junior's was Art's. And Keselowski was Joe's. So now looking at the results, I don't know why it shifted. Whoop. Kristen got 0, Dave got 5th and 3rd, equaling 8. Trooper got 0, I got 4th place, Art got the win, and Joe got 8. 2nd place. Since Art's 1st place was actually the actual winner, he got 5 extra points, meaning that he... Meaning that he got 15. Rookie of the Year, Art got the highest out of the rookies, so he got 4 points. Joe was 2nd highest, Trooper was 3rd, and Kristen was last. Now looking ahead, now looking at the standings. Art has retaken the lead. Joe is now in second with 97. I am in third with 89. Dave is in fourth with 84. Trooper is in fifth with 77.
And that's it. That concludes this segment.
And Kristen's in sixth with 43. You know, at least Trooper is coming back to you. He went up to second at one point. And now he's coming back to you.
What do you mean? He was below the first place? He was like where Joe Mackey is?
Yeah, he got up there. He got up there and then he just fell.
At least I just stay consistent.
Rookie of the Year challenge, Trooper. Kristen was in the lead for this a while. Then Trooper took over, and now Mackey's took over Kristen. So it's Trooper in first with 16, Joe in second with 12, Kristen in third with 11, and Art in fourth with 8. Go down, go down, go down. Pocono, Art with 15. Daytona is the actual halfway point of the season out of the 36 races. And here's your picking order for Michigan. Kristen goes first.
Surprise.
Trooper goes second. Dave goes third. Devin goes fourth. Joe goes second. And Art goes last. One advantage, as we go back here, one advantage to going picking last is you get to see everybody else's picks. You're picking blind.
I already made my picks.
Disadvantage.
What up?
Disadvantage to it, and Joe found this out the hard way. Jimmy Johnson was picked. Every person picked Johnson except for Joe. That is because you had him for fourth. Dave had him for fifth. I had him. Trooper had him for second. I had him for the win, and Art had him for fourth.
This past week?
This past week.
I don't have him.
You had him.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you did. You made your picks and you put the 48 there.
Oh, I had Johnson.
Yeah, who do you think you had?
I thought you said Jeff Gordon.
Dave, get back here as soon as possible, please. I beg of you.
I'm like, Devin, I don't see a 24 in my spot. Yes.
So, he got the worst end of the stick because he wanted Johnson in his lineup, and I said, sorry, he's taken. Moving on to our final lap now. IndyCar is off till June 28th. Formula One's off till the 22nd of June. Rallycross is off till the 22nd of June. Next weekend, guess what, guys? It's a NASCAR weekend. And ACT for the live event season. NASCAR Capital Truck Series races Saturday night, 8:30 p.m. on Fox Sports 1. That's going to make it hard for me to get up on Sunday because I have to follow that race. Nationwide Series races...
Saturday at 2?
Nationwide Series Saturday at afternoon at 2 p.m. on ESPN. And the Cup Series will race Sunday at 1 p.m. Trucks are at Gateway, Wisconsin. Nationwide and Cup are both at Michigan. So, now, the next week,
we're once again going to attend Devil's Bowl.
Yes.
On Sunday.
Two things. One, the live event season starts back up next week. As we... What?
What do you mean?
We haven't done any racing except for testing.
Didn't we go to Lee? In April?
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 months ago.
Okay.
We haven't done any major racing in a while.
Okay.
The last event was...
Tried.
The last event was Legends. And that was the mid of May. It's been a couple weeks.
Where? When? Who?
And,
The mid of May?
the mid of May.
What's the mid of May?
So the live event season, we're trying to go to Devil's Bowl. That track, we have inside access to everything. We're going to get driver interviews. We're going to get Victory Lane.
Basically, you're going to say, thanks for the ride, Mom. See you later.
Basically. July 4th
Mom, I
weekend.
hope you bring a book.
July 4th weekend, guess what, guys? Well, let's say this. June 19th, down where we usually go to Vigil for POWMIA, they're having a big Bike Week celebration. Bike Week Vigil. Well,
June 19th?
I wanted to go and record it for the show, make it our American Salute feature this year. Except, I have to graduate from middle school. See, I don't even see why we need to have this promotion ceremony, because we're just going from one grade to another.
I think I should make you go to the school dance as well.
You drop me off, I'm just going to get someone to pick me up and take me to a racetrack. There's racing going on at late that night. Yes. I've thought it through. So instead of making that our American Salute feature, we decided instead to make the July 4th weekend our American Salute feature. Can you stop reading my phone?
Apparently I can.
So what I mean is this. Over in Barnstead, New Hampshire, my uncle and my aunt lives there summertime. My uncle lives there full time. And
Uncle Dave, you guys kind of know him?
Dave lives there full time. And let's just say this. We're going to make that our American Salute feature because, well, we plan to, unless they don't do fireworks. But we usually do fireworks over there every year. My luck, we're not going to do that this year. But we usually do fireworks over there. So what I'm going to do is this. We're going to have an opener where we're on my aunt, on my aunt's deck overlooking the lake. By the way, Dad's thinking about building a tree house over the fire pit down there.
Over the fire pit?
That's about fun too. Overlooking the lake. Then we're gonna go to a remembrance type video that I'm gonna put together, remembering soldiers and lost people. You know what I mean? World War I, World War II, Civil War, Cold War. I think I said that right. All the wars that we've had in the past that now makes our independence so important.
You do realize if you build a tree house, you're going to go over there another time and Uncle Bill's going to be burning it and not realize it.
That's not the topic.
Just saying. Just be prepared for heartache. Uncle Bill! It's the new railing to the deck or in the tree house. What are you doing?
I need a wood. Oh, don't worry, he's got plenty now. Point is we're gonna have a wide variety of things, and if everything goes well, we're going to end. We're going to end with fireworks that night. So yeah, that's going to do it for us. Since this is where we lose our show. Everything's good. Review within an hour. The last part is like just falls apart. So that's gonna do it for us. I really don't want to go to bed. But that's good. Oh, I have to print off my current event. That's going to do it for us. But until we see each other again for weekend roundup next weekend, after recapping NASCAR weekend, really, that's actually going to be recorded on a Monday night because we are going to we intend to go to Devil's Bowl, meaning we won't get home till late, and yeah. So, make sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, subscribe to us on YouTube, check out our new website, racinghotspot.weebly.com. And yeah. So until we see each other next week after NASCAR weekend and Devil's Bowl review and everything, have a good week, everybody, and goodbye.
Good night.